So in the general course of things, grandparents' rights to visitation are fairly limited. Courts, the law generally consider that a grandparent's going to get their time through their kids, the parents of their grandchildren. But there are 3 circumstances in Minnesota where grandparents can get visitation through the court system. First is in any divorce or custody case, a grandparent can move for visitation. Second case is where a grandparent lived with the child for 12 months or more, and then that child was taken out of the home by the child's parents. Third case is the more tragic one, and it's more common, is where the grandparent's child has died, the parent of the grandchildren, and then they're able to move to the court for visitation rights. Visitation rights are not custody, I want to make clear on that. It is just time with the grandkids. It's not an equal parent situation. In all 3 of those circumstances, the grandparent has to prove, it's not preponderant, it's a higher standard. It is by clear and convincing evidence that it is in the best interest of the grandchild to have visitation with that grandparent, and also that the grandparent is not going to interfere with the parenting rights of the parent, either the remaining parent or the living parents. And then the courts also do consider the time that grandparent had with the kid during the parent's life, the child of the grandparents. It's, like I say, the law itself isn't favorable to grandparent rights, but at the same time, common sense tells us grandparents are vitally important to children. Everyone knows this. I mean, judges will know this. I know this. Every normal person will go, look, we want to maintain that grandparent-grandchild relationship, especially, if there's nothing wrong with the grandparent in any way. And so, as I say, the law doesn't, necessarily favor this, but I've talked to, a custody evaluator who goes, well, I consider that relationship sacred. I do too. I know my son, loves his grandpa and wants to spend time. And so there is a way for grandparents to maintain that relationship, which the law, while limited, does give the opportunity to maintain that because it recognizes how important that is to a child in being raised and keeping that connection to one side of the family.